Hello, Jocelyn. So, what's been on your mind today?
Well, I've been kind of like anxious, a little like nervous, anxious, jittery. I don't know what you would call it, because of course I have a lot of my school assignments. I had a test that was supposed to be due tonight, but my professor extended it, and there's just a lot of things that are coming up that is kind of making me a little anxious, just because like I don't know what's going to happen, and like me and my boyfriend going to be fiance are going to move in together, but we don't even have a place to live, and like that's going to be next month. So it's all like I'm excited for everything, but it's also like a little nerve wracking because it's just like, whoa, changes,
Yeah.
you know?
So, where would you like to be right now? How would you like to be feeling at this moment?
I would like to feel just not out of control, like kind of the control isn't mine. You know, like I don't want to feel like I have to be the one or he has to be the one that is in control, because we're not.
Right.
You know, like for our beliefs, like God is in control, and I just want to like release that, but it's so hard to release all that to him.
Yeah. So, what is something you think you could do to give you some control over how you're feeling, what's going on in your life?
Like to release control,
Yes.
you're saying? Well, I mean, there's multiple things I could do. I know, like, I'm a planning type of person, so, like, we're looking at houses and we're looking like at a lot of different houses or different apartments, and we're looking at different cities, but just probably staying present in the now. Like, I have assignments due.
Right.
Why don't I do those or focus on what is first at hand, which is like my education, and like doing that, like focusing on my schoolwork instead of like trying to plan all this other stuff. That would probably help me. I know for sure spending more time like with God and in His presence and like silent with Him would probably help. Well, it would help, but I just have never done it. It's just
So-
the matter of
So,
doing
would
it.
you say that like God would make you like spending more time with God would make you feel at ease?
Yeah,
Would
I think-
put
yeah.
some peace on your mind?
yeah.
So, what is something do you think you would be able to do that would allow you to like have some time with God? Like maybe like reading the Bible, taking time in the beginning of your day to read the Bible or something. If you have time at night, whenever.
Yeah. For sure reading the Bible like a chapter to a night, and also being in purposeful praying, not just like praying right before I go to sleep, like, those types of prayers, but like being just purposeful and just being in His presence. I know that there are things that I want to do, like I've always wanted, not always wanted, but like, okay, I'm going to read 2 chapters a day, whether at night or in the morning, and then I'm also going to spend like just time like being silent and like no music, just
So-
like being still.
So this is something you've been wanting to do.
Yeah.
You've been wanting to do. So throughout your week, when do you have the most time?
Like Tuesdays and Thursdays, I only have 2 classes and they end at 11, and then my teaching assistant job ends probably around like 12:30. So I would say Tuesday and Thursday I have, besides like the weekends of course, have the most time to be free.
So if we were to put a plan into action, you would be able to do it Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you were to carve out that specific time, how would you do that?
Well, actually, last week, my boss wanted us. We wrote goals like the week before of what we wanted to do, and one of my goals was spending like an hour for myself, just like on social media or on Netflix. I don't do either of those that often, and I achieved it, but not kind of the stereotypical way that I thought. Like instead of like watching Netflix for an hour, I just took a nap for an hour, and that was like the rest that I needed. So kind of implementing that, like that plan, like spending an hour with God, starting at a week, and then of course like each week or each day trying to increase that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, maybe if I do like the hour type thing, maybe like it doesn't have to be a consecutive hour. It could be like 30 minutes and 30 minutes. I can break it up. That way I'm also getting it Tuesdays and Thursdays, not just one day a week. But yeah, I think spending 30 minutes reading scripture and just like in that silence and prayer.
Right. And do you think having to, you said you're reported, like, well, you had that goal with your boss and to do this, take that hour with God. Do you think being, like, if you were to have to report to him or, like, to be held accountable for it, that would help you actually commit to doing that time?
Yeah, whenever we did it last week, it was helpful in the sense that like other people knew that that was something that I wanted, so they wanted me to do it because it's what I wanted to do. It wasn't something that, if that makes sense, it wasn't something that I wanted, that I was doing because my boss wanted me to. My boss wanted me to do it because he knew that that was something that I wanted and needed. I needed that rest. So like the accountability and knowing that we're both doing it, or whoever's holding me accountable, because that's something that I need to do and that I want to do, and like me knowing that it's not selfish to do it because it's like I need that.
So I know that you said that works for you, having someone hold you accountable to be able to carve that time out, but what do you think you could do for yourself that would get you to carve that time out without being held accountable?
Yeah. Like beside, hold on. Like what can I do? Probably like if I started at like 5 minutes a day, because everyone has 5 minutes in their day that they can
and that is
spend
really
on something.
realistic.
Yeah, like just spending 5 minutes a day reading scripture or just in silence. I think for sure I mean I attempt to do that now, but doing that now, like now I can be more purposeful and like making sure I have 5 minutes a day.
Being more aware of it.
Yeah, being aware.
Alright. Well, let's come back next week and we could see how well you've achieved your goals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.